Like I was like all blurry.
You didn't want to do the Field of Dream shit. What's up?
They had the Field of Dreams, and then they had like some outer space shit. And I was like, nah, I'll just do the motel room background. Just
That's funny. It's bad funny actually. How did they have? So they have a motel room, like a fake one.
oh, that would be really funny. Like that would be like I don't know, that'd be like some Inception shit in a
Yeah.
hotel bed in a hotel.
What?
But
Where in East Texas are you?
I'm over here in Lake Jackson.
I don't know. I said that like
It's
I would
near
know.
near. It's not too far from like Galveston and Houston and all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so
I know
oh,
what
so
you're talking
you so you way south then.
Yeah, like Southeast Texas.
about. Where?
Okay.
It's
I've actually my memory of fucking Galveston
what's that?
is I was super young and I remember walking around the random shops and someone bought a pouch made out of buffalo nuts.
Damn. So so I had this off day and I almost stayed there, but then well, one, it was mad expensive, and then I realized it's spring break right now, and Galveston is like a spring break destination for like students here in Texas. But apparently they got like an aquarium there that has fucking sharks and pyramids.
Oh shit. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's why I wanted to. That's why I
Where?
wanted to go. So I still might slide up that way and go check out the sharks and the pyramids.
That's interesting. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yo, we gotta get fancy with our fish torture. I'm saying,
What have you tried to save the whales? What the fuck's going on?
yo, man, it's a
what?
known fact. Come on, man, it's a known fact. Every zoo, every aquarium, they gotta abuse them to some point to keep them in the cage. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Let's not
Well,
sit
I
here and act like
mean,
it's like a new. Go, it's some fucking new people.
I mean, I feel you. I understand what you're saying,
no, I
but
get
I
what
mean,
you're
it's a
saying.
fact. I'm not making this shit up. This is facts, bro.
all
I'm
I'm
not finna
saying,
let
all I'm
you
I didn't
saying
see a
voluntarily
is,
I
go to
didn't
look
see a
at the
document.
sharks and the pyramids, bro.
I'm just
but
saying. I'm just saying. I didn't
all,
see a
all
documentary today, and it was all of a sudden like, oh shit,
I
they
mean,
have animals in cages.
all I'm talking about is Big Low introduced me to a spot in Pensacola. We went there for breakfast or
Yeah.
early lunch, and I got the grouper for the first time, and the grouper fish was fire. All I'm saying
Right.
is
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
not saving the fish, so it doesn't bother me at all. I
I'm
don't
not
give a
saying the
fuck.
fish. It was a fucking. Can I
What?
just? What? What are
And
you
you
talking
know,
about
my
here?
my last three shows were just in Louisiana, so like I was eating all the seafood.
Yeah, I eat
All
seafood. I'm
the
not saying
seafood.
that. But it's a lot better to kill it and eat it than leave it in the cage for 30 years and watch it sit there. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all act like I'm saying
Bro,
some weird shit.
bro, what if you leave it in the pyramid for 30 years and then eat it when it passes away? You
I
still eat it.
mean, that's torture though. What if they put you in a cage and ate you for, you know what I'm saying? That's a wild shit, bro. If we think about the concept, I'm just saying.
Yeah, nah,
I don't
it's
even know how. I don't even know how we got here, but it's all
Because
good.
I said they got to get fancy with their torture. I'm sorry. If you make an aquarium look like a pyramid, that's getting fancy with your torture. What the fuck are y'all talking about right now? I'm not
no,
saying
you're
some
right.
wild shit.
You're
This is real
right.
shit.
I'll take a moment of silence for Rambunctious when I go look at the sharks in the pyramids tomorrow and think about what you said and then continue
Yo,
to
I
enjoy
think
my
I
day.
think I think saying they have to get fancy with their torture is fucking hilarious. That's me think that was funny to me. I didn't know I was saving the whales
Well,
by
you know
saying
what
that.
though? What if the pyramids have like an in and out, like an entrance, and they just put a bunch of chum in there and the sharks just come and go as they please? So you might go at a time when the sharks ain't even at the pyramids.
Oh, that's a good fucking point too. So you just go and you get gypped.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if you have to pay, but like I didn't even look at all this shit. I was just like, Galveston is famous for this place called such and such that has sharks and pyramids. I was like, word? I
I
want
mean,
to
it
see these.
sounds kind of cool and shit. Yeah. I mean, I'm not front.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm a country boy, so we you know, I
Hold
don't
on.
know,
One.
people
I'm
either
record.
like
I'm
us all
record.
like that.
Real quick. I'm recording, but for whatever reason, this live ain't playing right now. Let me stop.
Oh, it's cool.
Let me stop the live and restart the live. But everything's being recorded that we're talking about. So
Or-
Word.
people would know all about the fish torture in the pyramids. You know.
Man, y'all gonna have me get boycotted. There's gonna be like a group of protesters out in front of my next
Please,
show. Like, yo, this
please,
dude be
Peter.
killing the fish.
I want all the smoke. Please, Peter, come after me.
Uh,
Make me famous because y'all stupid. Let's go.
I got this.
Oh shit.
You know, I mean, what? I mean,
So I'm
go,
kind
go
of a
ahead.
degenerate gambler, and my mom, she used to take me to the dog tracks, and like one of the bets you can place is win, play, show. So I got
Right.
a line. I got this line in this song where I say, Peter hates me. I win, place, dog tracks. So
Oh
kind of
shit.
like a play on
Oh
Peter,
yeah,
and then a
yeah,
play
yeah.
on the dog racing, and then the win, play, show way of betting. But like dog tracks, like I'm just gonna batter this loop right
That's
here.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah, that's what's
So,
up. That's super dope. Hey, what
You ever?
do they have do they still have dog tracks? Like we used
nah,
to
they just got outlawed a couple years ago. The Greyhound
Yeah, it got,
so
racing.
they're completely gone now. They're completely
Well,
done.
I don't know.
I would imagine so.
In Florida, they got banned a couple years ago. So I'm not sure if they have them in other states, but I know in Florida they got banned.
I don't think so, bro. They used to have them in Phoenix. They used to have the Greyhound dog tracks, and those got taken. Those got taken down years ago. But I
Hmm.
mean, but through my
Dog
childhood and
tracks?
like high school and shit,
Like
I
No,
think they still existed. You
man,
know?
look, I used to, and this is me as an adult now. I used to be a lot of fun. Like you go out there, and I used to, we weren't balling out or anything, but you place your little bets, and I was able to like feed myself a steak dinner and have a few drinks for free, basically by the end of the night, and just go have
Right.
a good time with my friends. And that used to be like our thing, like every weekend for years.
Yeah, I
And
used to know. I know you used to know dudes who did it all the time. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not like no big like baller like in the casino type shit. Like dog tracks are all kind of
No,
like
no, no.
grimy.
It's not
They're
like
all
horse
like kind of
racing.
shitty. Yeah, it's kind of like grimy looking, but I
Yeah,
mean shit. Now where the dog
definitely
track is
greasy at
now,
the
all they
dog
got
tracks.
yeah, all they have is like a poker room there now. So
hmm.
Oh, okay. And they still run that shit there.
yeah, they still run it
Oh,
there, but I
okay.
don't play poker, so I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
no
I don't
longer.
either.
Yeah,
I
It's
don't really
crazy.
gamble much. I don't like losing money, but
Yeah,
yeah. No, I
I'm
feel
not
you.
yeah, I'm not a big gamble person because I don't like losing money on
I
gambling either. But
enjoy I enjoy sports betting, and I
yeah, that's
do
fun.
that. Yeah, I do that regularly.
If I could do that through the apps in Wisconsin, I would probably be doing that more than I
Well,
would
you can still
probably like.
you can do it through stuff like Bet Online and Bet US and the offshore stuff. You just got to make sure you pay your taxes if your winnings are more than $600.
Oh shit, I might
So
have to talk to you off air and figure that out because I've never known that. I thought
oh
you could only do
shit.
fantasy.
Now you got Ram shut up. He's ready now.
I mean, I'll
yeah,
sports bet,
so
but I'm also like, yo, let me run this little $5 to $20 first, see how that
yeah.
does.
The
Out of
all
my,
right, so
you
the
know,
main thing to learn to make like I don't want to say like a career out of it, but the main thing to
yeah,
learn is you learn about like bankroll management. And then once you get like bankroll management, you don't have like any emotional ties to it. And you don't chase your losses.
right.
And really throughout the course of the year, if you just hit 50, 52, 53% of your wagers, you'll make a profit. You'll see your bankroll continuously grow. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the main
Interesting.
thing to learn. And you learn about
Yeah,
like your unit size.
I got homies that be cleaning the fuck up betting. I'm like, cool, that's your do your, but it's not.
Yeah, I got
Some of the,
You know what this shit made me think of is so there's this dude at my job that plays that I don't know if it's DraftKings or FanDuel. He plays one of them like hardcore,
yeah, same shit, yeah.
but he doesn't though. He literally pays somebody that's professional that picks out his lineup and plays it every week so he can attempt to win actual money because when he did it himself, he never won. How is that fun at all?
yeah.
Well, it's
For
not.
look, it's fun. It's fun when you see that bankroll growing and
Well, I
you're
was about
like,
to say,
damn,
yeah, it's not the action of it for him then. It's just him saying, yo, I can make this bet. I know this dude's good at it, and I'm probably gonna come out with some money. That's fun.
yeah, that's
I
fun.
mean, you play a $5 lotto ticket, you get 50. I mean, that's
That's
fun.
a good
You
time.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know? That's the thing, like
my
this, but that takes away from the betting because if you go to somebody that you know is 75% on their bets, then you're not really. That's not gambling. That's
It's
reassured gambling.
well, and that's what I'm saying. You can make a living doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's
100%.
people who do. It's the people who do like the funny prop bets and parlays and like say they might have a bag week betting and then they start chasing their losses. But see, that's the ones that the sports book. I mean, because the house always wins. You know, so. And those are the ones that fuck it up. Yeah, tonight actually I'm following 2 hockey games and a NBA game tonight. I'm a piece of shit. So
Yeah, that's the only. Nah, it's the only thing about betting on sports for me is lately the refs have been really having fun with managing games. Let's just say that. You know
man,
what I'm saying?
so
In all sports. So it's like, okay. And then with this baseball shit, they just said a motherfucker striked out 3 dudes in 18 seconds, like the
yeah,
fastest
I
three.
saw that
I
clip.
was like,
And then
what the fuck? That changes the
did you
whole shit. I wouldn't bet a
but did you
goddamn
see
penny
this
on
shit?
baseball right now, yo.
Did you see the shit that they just put out? And they could make a movie on this shit. And I guess in 2016 for the March Madness shit, the FBI tried to do a sting, and they set up like this big ballroom in the casino, and they had coaches from like Auburn and all these like teams that were an attorney coming in there getting broke off. And finally, the lead FBI agent got like too drunk and like fucked up the case and like took a bunch of the FBI's money and spent it in Vegas like on booze and strippers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but like that shit could be
Damn.
like a legit movie. In fact, my wife just sent me the whole article about that shit.
Oh, yo, you should drop the link to me when we get off here, man. That shit,
Yeah, I got
that's
you.
crazy. See, look, Tom
Yeah,
Donahue wrote that book. Tom Donahue, the ref from the NBA, right? That was in with the mob,
yeah,
right? Think about this. He wrote a book on it. He had his crews. He said, look, if you were with a crew, they knew that you kind of ran a certain way. So it was easy to tell how I would be able to manipulate games. That's what he said. And I tell everybody, so you're telling me there's just one ref in the NBA and that's it. That's it. Like of
yeah.
all
Nah,
the
it's
sports
way more.
shit, there's just one ref in the NBA, and then it was like, oh, after that, it was over.
Well, it's
I'm
kind
like,
of
come
like
on.
the
Like,
2000
hell no.
the dude from Ohio State in the 2002 national championship against Miami who threw the phantom pass interference call after, I think they clocked it like 48 seconds after the fucking game was over.
Yeah.
Like people already celebrating, and he ends up being like an Ohio State grad who's on the take. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
dude.
saying? It's like
Yeah.
there's no way.
I just saw that they're starting to penalize refs though. There's a ref under investigation right now because there was a call the other night in the UCLA Arizona game. UCLA lost by 2.
Yeah.
University of Arizona UCLA. And there was a this dude went through the lane and they bumped bodies and he bashed on him hard, right?
Yeah.
And they called an offensive foul in the air.
Damn.
Yo,
That don't make no fucking
yo,
sense.
if you don't watch basketball, that's impossible.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
impossible.
The rules don't even say that can't even happen. And they called an offensive foul. UCLA lost by 2. That's a bucket
Our
right
whole
there.
house has become, I've always been into hoops, but now like my
Yeah,
daughter's big into hoops. So like,
yeah,
and that's the sport that she's taken to.
dope.
And so now
That's
like
dope.
our whole house is like hoops year round now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I'm a basketball football dude all day. I mean,
yeah, I love it. I love football. Football is huge down here, especially college football.
oh yeah.
My NFL team has been trashed damn near my whole life. So like I don't even,
Who's your team? Dolphins?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a Bengals fan, so we're just now recently having
Shit,
some
you
fun.
got my favorite quarterback in the league though, Joe Burrow. That's
Hey,
my
Yeah,
guy.
but
hey,
yeah,
hey.
but I heard. I mean, the shit that's going on in Cincinnati right now is crazy though. Like they traded mad people that they needed, and then they and Mixon might not ever play again.
Damn.
Yeah, we didn't need all that bad news, man. We just, you know what I'm saying? How the Raiders doing, motherfucker? How the Raiders doing?
Oh well, I feel amazing about the Raiders because we got the awesome Jimmy G. Yes. No, I hate it. I hate it.
Y'all paid a lot of money for that motherfucker
dog,
too.
you know how man, come on, man. I'm like Big Low with the Dolphins. I've been depressed for mad long being a Raiders
Yo,
fan.
yo,
Man, it's hard.
I've had okay. Look, I've had like 2-3 years of a good time, and y'all like, man, I don't know. Yo, the Bengals. If history serves right, Bengals will be shitty again in 5 years.
Well, and then my man Tua should have retired after this season, man. That dude's gonna have CTE.
Bro, how many years has he played?
I thought he wasn't even. Like the analysts were like, bro, he should never play football ever again.
How many
Man,
years has he
it was
played?
against Cincinnati too when he was on
I
the
know
ground
he got
and
fucked
like
up.
his
Yeah,
hands are
yeah,
doing like all that shit. I'm like, man,
yep.
what?
He
I was like,
seized after concussion like twice or three times this year, bro. They just
I,
they
yeah,
I
just
think
showed
well,
it.
I think he's
he
only been in the league like 3 years.
That's
3 years
why he
now,
hasn't retired. You got to play
but
over 3 years to get your motherfucking pension and your bonuses and shit.
yeah.
So you got to play 3 years to where so when you get 55, you get that money. That's why he
But at
hasn't
the
retired.
same time, though, he's made enough money that you're a fucking asshole if you can't turn that into generational wealth and keep your
A lot of
brains.
people are assholes, Lo. A
Yeah, I
lot
know.
of people don't know how to manage that shit, bro. These motherfuckers go broke quick, man.
I know. I
I
know.
mean,
It's sad too because
you
and
know,
we were having this conversation at one of the shows the other night. Man, they don't teach us none of that shit in school, like money,
man,
like
yeah,
how to just handle your taxes and all that kind of shit that
nah,
you need as an adult. Like they
nah,
teach you dumb shit that you don't even like. I don't
bro.
think I've used anything, you know.
I could have dropped out in ninth grade. I'd be fine, bro.
Yeah.
I just strung it along for 3 more years and still didn't graduate.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed that I had the college experience
A
because
little
like
bit.
and it was pre-social media, so we were in there
Mhm.
like fucking Animal House, and I had a blast in
Oh yeah,
college,
oh yeah.
you know.
Well,
And I'm
I went to
glad that
junior college. I went to junior college twice for short stints, but I partied with so many college people. I might as well went 4 or 5 years of college.
yeah,
You know, so, you know.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's so I'm glad I had that experience, but at the same time, like I ain't never used my degree in my fucking life.
Me
What's your
neither.
degree in?
So this is probably why I haven't used it too. My bachelor's is in philosophy, and then my master's, I did my thesis. It's in humanities, but I did my thesis on archetypes and political propaganda.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you need to get on Fox News and you need to be talking to people and shit. That's what you
Well,
should be doing.
the shit that's crazy about all that is like, and when you defend a thesis, like, and my shit got published, it was dope.
Oh, that's
One of
dope.
Yeah. And one of the things that's crazy about that, like before Trump and just watching the way that the country was heading, it's like I was warning people and people were like, nah, shit ain't gonna get that bad. I'm like, look, this is how it works. This is what's happening. And then you get tired. And that's why I don't even talk to people online about politics anymore. It's like, you know what? Like it's not worth my mental health to sit here and argue with people on the fucking
Yeah.
internet.
No, it's not. It's not worth it at all.
You know, it's like my
I
man
mean,
Dank will be arguing with these young rappers all the time over the internet. I'm like, man, you
it's
got way
fun.
more patience than me, bro.
I
You say that's
man, I just man, I just man, you know
you
what
ain't
it
got to
is?
explain.
You
So
you know what it is? It's I've been rhyming so long that I hate like I've become I just hate mediocre rappers. That's what it is. I just hate mediocre rappers that think they're amazing. That's what I hate. I hate it so much. And
I hate,
it bothers me.
I'm not really here to like police how people decide to present their art. And I think it's super subjective. But what I do hate is people who are using the culture as some sort of come up, Um, like
yep.
they're rapping just specifically for financial gain. They don't care about the craft and the culture itself.
Or promoting shows for the same reason or whatever it is. I
Or
agree.
whatever it is.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And that's
Well, yeah.
slimy to me.
I
Well, yeah,
agree.
because we had so our last episode we had the homie I am many on here and we
Yeah.
we kind of had a conversation about how there's actually technique and skill in rapping. Yes, the art part is subjective, like people can take it any direction they want, but I'm specifically talking about cats that think they're amazing but literally have so much more to learn
Oh yeah.
to be an
Yeah, yeah.
actual rapper is what I'm talking about. And
Well,
those are
the
the
problem
people
is now
that
is
bother me.
there's too many yes men in them cats camp. Like none of their homeboys is like, yo, bro, that shit's kind of trash.
Yeah, no one
And
does it.
you know, and
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. And then it what's kind of disheartening to me is that everybody thinks they can do it too. Like you can, like we always had a joke whenever we're like playing shows in Atlanta, and there's a few other cities like that, like even like New Orleans and stuff like that. Like you could just take a rock, throw it, and you'll hit a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's you know, it's sad because it's so inundated, and there's just so many performers, and
It's
you don't want to
oversaturated.
sound like you're a hater, but it's like, you know what, there's other trades that you can do in life other than being a rapper, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, like you touched on before, there's too many of them that are stuck on the idea of the fame.
Yep.
They don't care nothing about the art form, nothing about creating something that makes them feel good as far as art goes. They care more about the fame and the money, and then when they don't get it, then they're salty about it.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, as far as rap goes, or any type of entertainment or sports and stuff like that, to make it big, like it's the odds are really stacked against you. um we did the math, like, you know how they have like the rating systems for the recruits coming out of high school into college, like you got the 3 stars, your 4 stars, and your 5 stars. Like the majority of people in the NFL were 5 star recruits, where there's only, I think they cap it at 35. The way you become a 5 star recruit is that you're projected out of high school to be a first round pick in the NFL before you even go to
Mm.
college. And we broke it down. I think it came out to like 40 something percent of the 5 star athletes actually do become NFL players.
Mhm.
And so
Mm.
like these recruiting services and shit, they know what they're doing, but the odds of doing that, like shit, how many millions of fucking kids are playing high school football right now with NFL dreams? Ain't none of them gonna make it. They gonna be out here looking crazy like me, betting on fucking hockey games and door dashing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No, it's facts, man. I mean, but at the same time, okay, let's take it back to not sports, but like, but music. Like, I guess I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, it's oversaturated, but I don't really give a fuck. Y'all want to do it, do it.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, it's the people that try to take advantage of other people monetarily with money. That's the only problem I
Oh
have with
man,
this
all
shit.
that pay to play
You know what I'm
shit,
saying?
like
That yeah, that kind of shit.
there's
I don't
so
like
many
that shit at
slimy
all. But
promoters, and then like people paying for press, and like, you know, or people paying for streams. There's so many people who aren't creatives taking advantage of
that's what I'm
creatives.
talking about. Yeah, that's the
And
worst shit to me.
that's the worst shit. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right. I agree with
yeah, yeah.
that. It's there's a lot of slime balls, and what's sad about that situation is those guys are making more money than any of the artists.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
Yep.
always been like that. That's the music game in general. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just it's always been like that. There's always been somebody who say, "Yo, I can do this and I can do that." You can't do it for yourself, so I'm gonna charge you for it.
yeah.
This is how
It,
it works.
it's
Fucked up,
yeah.
So,
but you know.
Lo, how's it feel to be back on tour?
Hey,
And do you are you still sticking with this is the last run? Or
All right,
do you
so
feel like you've done some shows and now you're like, maybe I'll do some more?
yeah, I've been called out on that already. Cause man, look, um, and you know, I'll touch on it later on. I don't know how long I'm here with you guys. It's, you know, you can run me off anytime, and we'll touch on it later in the episode. With the exception of Tallahassee, which took a lot from me emotionally. Um, every show has been really dope, and it's like, damn, I love rapping for the sake of rapping the same way you do. Like I love rapping, period. You know, and every show has been really dope, and just, you know, the reception has been good. The bag, honestly, because I'm approaching everything with a different intent, a different purpose now. Um, the bag's been a lot bigger than it was, you know, a couple years ago. So that shit's been nice. But I am gonna say this. I think I'm gonna hit, like, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna hit the Midwest. I'm gonna hit the West Coast. I'm gonna hit the East Coast as Big Low. But Big Low is done, but I'm not done rapping. I got some shit that I'm working on. I think I'm gonna adopt a new pseudonym.
Ah,
Yeah,
Okay.
but
that's smart. I
yeah,
like that.
just to go ahead and I guess put it out there. So last year when I got off tour in the spring, I wasn't home 3 days, and I got a call from my mom's HR department that she was missing. I'm like, nah, my mom don't go missing. Well, my mother got murdered last year by a junkie. So yeah, so I've been
Sorry to
going
hear.
back and forth to Tallahassee, keeping up with all the court dates, cleaning out her house, doing just, I'm pouring from an empty cup right now. And everything that I do now in life is to honor her and honor her legacy. And she raised me by herself. And yeah, so it still doesn't seem real to me too. And I always like to tell people, if she had died of like a sickness or old age or even in a car accident or something like that, of course I'd be sad. That's my mom. But this is different, bro. Like you go
Yeah.
through life, you go through like relationships, and you go through fights with whoever and beefs and shit like that. You're like, oh, I really hate this person. I'm like, nah, you don't know what real hatred is, and that's what I'm trying to grip with myself. And then finally this year, I told myself, I'm like, man, I ain't finna let this dude kill two people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I mean, like, as in killing me metaphorically.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like, as soon as I got that phone call, I knew who did it, and the police, like, they knew who did it, and like, so I drove from Pensacola to Tallahassee, and like, they found her body like 3 days later, and then they arrested the guy, and he confessed, and they got DNA and witnesses and all that other kind of shit. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. It's wild. And when I say I'm done with Big Low, and it's because that whole part of my life has just been like kind of destroyed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
She came to my very first rap show. It's while I was in college at this place called Room 1026 in Pensacola. It was my junior year in college. We did like shit at parties and doing all that kind of stuff and going. And I mean, I've been rapping not as long and as serious as like Denku and maybe even you Rambunctious, but I've been rapping a really long time, and I've been involved in hip hop and a fan of hip hop since the late '80s. But she came to my very first show, and then I got photos of her at like my illegalist release party, hanging out there with my daughter and shit like that. She was always, not the hugest rap fan, but she was the fan of me and always
Support, yeah.
encouraging me to follow my dreams, and not just me, but like all my friends. She took us all in when we were young, and when my parents split up, we were relatively poor, and she worked her way up through her company, and like I remember being on like food stamps, and then her slowly working up. But like, if anybody needed a place to crash or needed a hot meal, like, you were always welcome in Miss Lopez's house, always. And she was an angel to so many people in the community. And that's another reason I think that they were able to catch the guy, and like, because everybody in the community in Tallahassee and in Pensacola came through to make all that happen rapidly, because she meant so much to so many people. So yeah, but that part of my life is just kind of it's over, and now it's time to like do new things, But I'm
I feel
always gonna
that.
be rapping and touring, and um, trying to make sure I'm just honoring her and building something. I'm thinking about like, damn, how am I gonna build generational wealth for my kid? Like, how am I gonna make sure my kid's straight when I die? Because you don't choose when that shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
intent
So
man.
and purpose.
say that one more
So
time.
so the
Yeah,
so yeah, I played that last tour with you, you know what I'm saying? And
you did.
it was crazy hearing that, like, when you got off tour. Like, I wouldn't even
Yeah, I was literally with you like a week before then, like up in
yeah.
Iowa and Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we had a blast. Like, it was
we had a
fun times, man,
blast.
you know what I'm saying? And then, hearing that news, yeah, no, nobody knows how that feels until it happens to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and yeah, I wasn't trying to be like a buzzkill like on the show or whatever, but
No, it's good, man.
No, well, I mean, because he asked, and that's kind of why I'm ending the Big Low era is over. I still want to, and it's not really a farewell song, but there's like songs I want to retire, and just that portion of my life is just it's just done. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
totally
yeah.
understand that. Yeah.
So
Um,
so if you're so real quick, so if you're gonna do so after this leg, and you said you were gonna hit me up maybe for a Midwest and a West Coast, is that still gonna be like
Big Low, yeah,
Big Low tour shit?
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
do you have a new A-list? Do you have the idea? Like, is it a concept project? Like,
yeah.
what's
I do.
just something you
And
could tell us,
then
or you kind of waiting to tell people?
well, it's it's gonna be taking on more of a are you familiar with like Black Opera from Detroit? In a long time, like nobody knew who they were, and
I'm not.
or
No.
like it's gonna be different, but it's gonna be dope. I got there's something in the brewing.
Like the
What's crazy?
Jabberwockies, like that, like when nobody knows exactly who they are.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
and
That's what's up.
so it's gonna take on that more secretive man of mystery type thing.
I like that shit.
Yeah. So and I think, I just I'm just ready to do more things like that. And then plus creatively, like when all this happened, I've always played the keys like a little bit, but like I don't know if you're familiar with like neuroplasticity and like the way your brain's wired. What's been able to like help me combat like the depression and the anxiety and everything else is like my mom was a real good pianist. So like every day, like I've been teaching myself how to actually like play the piano. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
Mm.
that's dope.
yeah, following tutorials. And then they got this one program, it's called Melodics, and it's like Guitar Hero,
Heard of
but
that.
for piano. And it actually like so you're like playing a game, but you're learning how to play the piano at the same fucking time.
Oh damn.
And
Wow.
yeah, and it's dope. So like, I like the production aspect of things.
Wait. Can we back up to that melodics? Is it on a game system, or is it you got it like
No,
as
no,
a,
no,
like a
no.
music program, or?
You just put it whatever you have like for your studio, whatever you have like your MIDI controller or keyboards hooked up to, it's just like an app you put on your computer
Mm.
Oh, that's dope.
and it
Shit, I'm about
links
to
up
fuck
to
with
your
that.
yeah, it's super dope. And it not only it does piano, it does like I don't know if you're familiar with like the finger drumming stuff too. So
Yeah.
it hooks up to like if you have like 16 pads, like an MPC controller or whatever, like you can like finger drum all like it teaches you all that shit.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I got
going
the
back
little
to the
eight
neuro,
pads, but it's cool. That
That's
works.
a,
so
yeah, that's
when
super
your
dope.
brain hyper fixates on learning something like that takes a lot of repetition and stuff like that. Um, it rewires like the neuroplasticity in your brain. Like this is all like medical shit and helps you get over like traumatic events, because you're hyper
Interesting.
fixated on doing something else.
Hmm.
That's pretty interesting, actually.
Very, very
Um,
interesting.
that's I wonder if that's similar to learning a language too. Like I wonder if it has the same
Probably
effect.
so.
You know,
Yo,
that's
where
my
you
way
got?
my brain works. A bunch of things just firing off in my brain. Like I wonder if that's like learning a language, or if it's like this, or
Yeah.
you know.
So that shit's
um,
been. I mean,
interesting.
and through all the darkness, like a lot of beautiful shit's been happening too. Like just learning that, seeing my daughter like really, really excel in basketball, and just
Hmm.
like out here. And I will say this, like these shows. So I've already played 7, and I have 5 more in Texas. I got a couple in Arizona, got
Mm.
Colorado, and I got New Mexico. So I still got a bunch of
Oh,
tour
so
left.
you
I get
moving? You covering some ground, man.
yeah. So I'm honored
Ways
that
to
like
go.
to be doing that, but this has been the best I've ever performed in my life.
Oh,
Like
you feel that way?
I feel that way. The crowd feels that way. Like and it's not even like close. I mean, I don't know
That's
if
awesome.
it's just a sense of purpose.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I'm not. I'm not sitting there and say I'm qualified to say anything on your level. My pops passed this past summer, and ever since then, my purpose changed a little bit. You know, I was in Austin working on stand up and shit. Not that I don't want to do stand up, I still am going to do stand up. But it made me realize, like, nah, I need to focus on music more. That's one reason I moved back up here to Wisconsin. It was just like, okay, I have to put some things in priority of who am I now, right? Like a year and a half ago when I moved to Austin, I was this person, but because things have transpired in my life in different ways, now I'm this person. So what do I want to do? And it was like, I want to go 100% on music. I can do stand up in any fucking city in America. I could get in my car and drive to any city and by tomorrow do an open mic. You know what I'm saying? But it was it put something in my frame of mind, like, okay, like you said, you don't know when this shit. I can wake up tomorrow. Well, I want to say I put all my shit into what I actually loved, and that was the music. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
You know,
no, I feel, and like you said something that really resonated with me is like you're not the same person.
right.
You know what I'm saying? When you have major events like that in your life, and I'd be kind of questioning somebody who was still like fucking off the same way that they were before, like
It would
having a
that would be very weird. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
it'd be
yeah,
like, damn,
yeah.
man, like that shit ain't wake you up a little bit, you
Yeah,
know?
what's going on in here and in here? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I might want to move that person the fuck away from me if emotionally they just was like,
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
weird. Yeah,
Damn,
interesting.
yeah, I didn't realize that this episode would turn so heavy. Well, everything's been heavy, so
Oh, it's
I
all right.
apologize. Nah, yeah, I apologize for that.
Don't trip, bro. Like you say, everything's heavy. I mean,
Oh,
yeah, shit.
it's all good, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
It's been cool.
Because
It's been
we've
cool to
smiled through,
build.
and we've laughed and smiled too. So
Oh,
that
Yeah.
focus on,
absolutely.
Yeah, and
no,
it's and it's always cool to build and touch base with you, man, because we've done a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
things over the years. Like
We have
I think we started doing shows together in
shit, it's been maybe
2017, 2016, 2017,
man,
maybe
Oh, nice.
17.
it's been at least 6 or 7 years, you know, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's dope. I will say this for you musically, you're in your bag right now, and working with the producer, was it Bofat?
Yeah.
Y'all sound way like your sound has melded with him a lot better than the other guy you were working with.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Facts.
I mean, yeah, both that's pretty much the official. I mean, Cypher Den is it's a collective, but
Yeah,
he does a lot. Like we have a full Cypher Den album that's done. We're just waiting on putting some videos
I
together and
I just sent my last 3 tracks from my album with both. I just sent them right before the podcast, so
yeah.
and
But
then
finally done with that shit.
and I hate to be like so somber again, but I remember every time I played in Milwaukee, there was this one dude that was always there with you. Didn't he just pass away? He was always super, super
yeah,
cool.
John Doe. Yep, John Doe
Yeah,
passed.
John Doe, there you go. And I seen he passed away, and he was always so supportive and just like enthusiastic about everybody, and just a good spirit to be around, you
Oh yeah,
know.
Yes.
he was the dude, man. He was the dude that was like, yeah, if a show was going whack and he was there, he would turn it around. Like he would be
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
presence at the show would make you be like, because he was super hip hop too, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
But he always wanted to make every show super hip hop and fun, and he wanted people to to build together. And like I was fortunate enough to do that final project with him. The thing about the John Doe situation is there was never really fully any closure on that. Um,
oof.
I I recently talked to my cousin about it, that runs Drunken Cobra, who is a good friend of John Doe's, even growing up, I think. And he reached out to me. A lot of different people had reached out to me asking what had happened, and I didn't know the personal information. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I heard it from multiple other people that also knew John Doe, and hearing it from multiple people. Plus, he had his health issues going on towards the end, and but there was never closure. Like nobody could find the obituary. Nobody, like, he basically, it seemed like he was coming back to his apartment that he was staying in. Um, there's nothing. I don't even know what happened to dude. That's the thing. Like people said he passed, but I don't know. I don't have any actual information about it.
Sucks. That's yeah, that's one of those things that when you don't have closure, you know, um the one blessing in my situation is that me and my mother were really close, and so it's not like I didn't get to say that like one last I love you. You know what I'm saying? And for as much as, I would move mountains to be able to hug her and talk to her again, it's not like we left on bad terms where it's this like weird thing where it's like, damn, I wish I had said this, or I wish it's not like I was estranged from her and hadn't spoken to her in 10 years type deal.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so I couldn't imagine how you feel, or how anybody in your collective feels not having that, like, yo, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like not
Yeah.
having that, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a crazy thing. Like I said, I'm glad I was able to do that last record with him. The full album we put out, we got to do videos. You could tell when we were doing the videos, um, that he was different, from,
Yeah.
because he was dealing with throat cancer.
Oh
He didn't
shit.
he didn't want many people to know about it, but he was dealing with throat cancer. Um,
And that's
and
rare. Throat
and
cancer is a rare form of cancer to get.
that's what caused him. He was unable to make music because it affected his vocal cords.
Yeah.
So the thing he loved most, he was unable to do. But we had the songs finished, so we were still able to link up and shoot the music videos for him, and we got together to do that. We got together to put the artwork together, do the car test. Like we got to do all those things. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
dope.
then over the end of the time, though, um, I was hearing less from him. He never really came to shows anymore because he couldn't rap. He couldn't rap on the shows anymore, and that's what he loved to do. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a fucked up situation. Hopefully one day I'll find out some kind of closure behind it, you know what I'm saying? But definitely you know,
You may
I still bump the album, I still push that, I still show people it, you know what I'm saying?
you made
The
me think
legacy's
of
there.
a great segue. I love that in 2023 that we all still do the car test and the importance of the car test when it comes
Oh,
to
bro.
music.
Yeah, I sit in my car. I sit in my car a lot
Undefeated.
actually, and people ask me like, why you always chilling in your car? I'm like, it's got the best sound system. So if you
Yeah.
send me a beat, I want to hear it in the car. If I'm writing, I want to hear the beat in the car. What am I going
That's
to use?
what I want.
Bluetooth speakers and Bluetooth
Yeah.
headphones? I mean, it's
I
artificial
gotta hear
sound. I
that
can tell
shit
the
for
difference.
real.
Yeah,
And now, I
you
haven't
know.
heard them yet, but now they sell those Slate Audio makes those headphones for the studio that you can mimic like a bunch of different recording studios. You can mimic different cars and shit like that.
Oh
Oh, really? I
shit!
didn't even know that. I didn't even know
Yeah,
there was a thing.
yeah, Slate Audio. And
What are they? What are they? $5,000? Some shit.
no, they're actually
I'm playing.
I think they're around the $500 range. Actually, they're
That's not
probably,
bad.
yeah.
Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad because it's around the same price. Because I got the Bear Dynamic open back for the ones that I use for mixing, and they were pricey as well. And I think they're around the same price as that, but they come with like a program that you hook up to your DAW that you can like actually do like, hey, this is Studio 8 at this certain
Electric
studio.
Lady or whatever, right? Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and
crazy.
yeah,
That's fucking
and
bananas, actually.
look, and this isn't like the weird fucking like Instagram kids leaving reviews like, hey, this plugin really works. Nah. There's like
These are
serious
professional engineers and shit.
engineers that are like, yo, this is what I like about them. This is what I don't like about them. And they're getting pretty fucking like rave
Yeah.
reviews.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just giggled because my own fucking thoughts. I need a review from Questlove. I need a review from like somebody that fucking nerdy about how music sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what's
Absolutely.
crazy?
Like Questlove would give you a perfect review.
Yeah, it's crazy though that you said they're about around the $500 range, and I
Yeah.
remember I had like I'm just gonna say it, man. I used to use the Beats Studio once, right?
Yeah.
That
Whack,
sponsorship's over with.
whack.
I'm just playing.
But the thing is it's whack because they were like $500, but
At first, yeah,
the Sony joints that I use, that
$20.
I got that no,
$30.
they're like $150 and they're
Yeah,
better than
yeah.
the Beats. Is what
Well,
Yo,
I'm
I,
yeah,
saying.
those Sonys are industry standards, though. I can't remember the name on them, but those Sony, there's like
Yeah,
Sennheiser.
these are the ones. These
these are Sony
Yeah,
too, and they were 60, and they sound better than some I've heard that are way more
yeah.
expensive.
yeah, these are
So,
You know,
the MDR 7506s. These are the same headphones that my old label engineer NASA recommended to
mhm.
me, and he used to mix for Def Jux. You know what I'm saying?
you mean Uncommon NASA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man, he's dope. And every
yeah.
interaction I've ever had with him online, it's only been like 2 or 3. Like I'm not like super close with him or anything, but he's always been like a super like stand up dude.
Yeah, he's a super cool dude.
Yeah, he's cool. Did
I
you
mean, Deku knows him for real. I just happened to stay with him on tour, just met him, but he's fucking
yeah,
super cool
did
person
you
meeting,
ever know that? Did you ever know? I was on Uncommon Records.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I
right after Def Jux kind of folded, NASA uh went and started his own label, and all the people that were on Def Jux towards the end kind of went there. So like Masai Bay was on the label, Lifelong, I think, put out a record on there. Like because the first the first New York show I ever played, it was insane. Like the people that wanted it was me, Uncommon with his group, The Presence, uh, Vast Air, Carnage with a K, Masai Bay, fucking
It's a hell of a
Despot,
lineup.
Homeboy
Oh
Sandman.
wow,
Like it was crazy.
damn,
Like the lineup was insane. It was an insane
Yeah.
lineup.
that's crazy already.
Now,
I even think Metro was there too. That used to be he was in a group on Def Jux at the end. I can't think of the group's name,
do
but
you
yeah.
feel like you like performing now better than like pre-COVID or pre-COVID better than now?
So
Interesting.
okay, so I loved the shows I did before the COVID shit happened,
Yeah.
but um after the COVID shit, merch wise, um, I mean, I'll be honest, I've I don't do the shit for the money, but literally
But you're making more, right?
I'm making more
Me
money
too.
So
now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like,
I think
I had a lot
enthusiasm's
of
up.
fun before COVID, but now it seems like the bag has gotten a little bit bigger. People are supporting a little bit more, buying merch. Like there's venues that are giving you like guarantees off the bars. So, it's looking a little bit better. And then like markets shift too. So like there's places that I played like pre-pandemic that used to be straight. They were dope, but now you go and play those same places and like the spots are filled out, you know? And then there's
Yeah.
places that used to play pre-pandemic where the spots were filled out that the spots are kind of dead now,
Yeah, yeah.
which has been weird.
I
But
think
yeah,
enthusiasm in general is up for people going out, and that probably is why sales for y'all
Yeah.
have gone up. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that when I was in Austin in general. They didn't really shut down much at all though, but things
Well, that's
did
Texas.
take
Yeah.
they did take a lull though, and then kind of went fucking crazy after that. Actually, to be honest,
the
My,
first
but
the
my
but
first
favorite, my
go
favorite Pensacola venue went out of business with COVID, and I miss it
yeah.
so much. Chizuko.
mm,
Yeah, that was a dope spot, man.
Oh,
Super dope.
such a dope spot. And what sucks is they tried to stay afloat because they served food too. So they were like, well, we'll do the food delivery thing. But they were such a niche place with their food, like a little vegan spot. So it's not like they were able to like sling burgers. And their claim to fame as a bar was sake. And they had like this really wild like sake collection,
that's
and
dope. I
different
love
drinks
sake.
and shit. But when people aren't allowed to go to the fucking bars and hang out and buy alcohol, like how the
Yeah,
fuck am I supposed to pay my rent? You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of places here that I've noticed them went down like that.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
anyway,
and we lost. I mean, there was two venues that I used to book. Like Public House is gone. Walker's Point Music Hall is gone. Ram, you played at that spot.
Public House was dope.
I think you played both of those spots, Ram,
yeah.
before.
No, I never did Public House.
Yeah, Public House. I mean the history.
Public House with you.
Yeah. Did we do Public
And
House
then
or was that
another
Company
spot
Brewing?
I play with you, like Catch on Fire or something?
Yeah, Red Dot.
Yeah, Company
Yeah.
Brewing.
Yeah, Red
Yeah.
Dot. That
Red Dot,
caught
like
on
they
fire.
caught on fire or some shit.
But yeah, there was
Yeah.
mad venues that I used to book that like my Des Moines spot, Vaudeville Muse that shut down. The original Savannah spot, Jinx.
Sorry. So when are you talking about coming back up this way, Big Lo?
Shit, I was,
Did we already cover that? I'm sorry.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
I want to come up there. I want to come up there in the fall. I want to come up there in the fall because I want to get an off day or maybe catch Wisconsin when they're playing like an afternoon game. I like Madison. I had a lot of fun in Madison. Playing with you. We played like in this big fucking like warehouse arcade looking thing.
Art Inn.
Yep.
Shout out to Jack.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I miss that goddamn place, man.
Art Inn was
fun. No, that one's gone.
It's an arcade. It's just a full-on arcade now.
Man, look, that show was a lot of fucking fun, and Madison showed so much love. And I was supposed to play in Madison again, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
But
check this out.
Really,
I don't think I performed since the show he's talking about.
It was fun to me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, but I want to come up there in the fall and hopefully be able to, because I kind of want to. I like, even if I'm not a fan of the team, like it doesn't even matter who they're playing, but like I enjoy sports and I want to go like, I know like some of those Big Ten games, like I think it will be dope to tailgate and go to a fucking Wisconsin game,
Mm-hmm.
And then last time I was in Madison, which was cool, I didn't know there was like this huge German population in Madison. So like in the afternoon before the show, I went to like an authentic beer garden, like had all this great food and a couple different kind of beers and shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah. No, that's some good shit here, man. And then now the soccer team is a big deal here at Forward Madison. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to catch out some of their games and shit.
Well, they got an MLS team.
Yeah, Forward Madison, I think it's called.
Well, and now there's gonna be a professional soccer team in Milwaukee. They're building a stadium right now.
Oh, dope.
It's not going to be in. So I think there's two professional leagues in the U.S.
Yeah, the FC or whatever.
So it's not the main one. It's the other one. So it's not the one that the Chicago Fire's in, but it's the other one. And I can't think of the name of it. But
yeah, I don't know soccer that well. I just thought it'd be fun to go to games.
Yeah, I want to go to. I want to go to one. I mean, yeah.
I went to this famous steakhouse in Milwaukee. I know me and Danku do a lot of that similar shit while we're on the road. It's like, I need to check out this food spot. And I can't remember the name of it, but I had one of my best pieces of steak ever in my life in Milwaukee. What's the name of that place? Oh, that shit was a little bit too pricey for my tour budget, but I still went and did it. I can't remember.
It was one of them splurge days. You was like,
it was one of those splurge days. It's been, man, I've been
I'll skip breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, typically I only eat once a day anyways. Because I drink a lot of fucking coffee. So you too? Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe twice, lunch and dinner, but usually once.
Maybe twice. If I'm extra hungry, like I'll stop at the store and get like a fucking bag of peanuts and a fucking like beef stick or some shit and be like, all right, I'm good. There's my calories. Right. But I just don't be hungry until like one big meal a day.
Way. I'm the same way. Yeah. It's coffee up until like noon or 1. I'll eat around like 1 or 2, 3, and then later at night I'll eat. It's a weird thing, but a friend of mine said, well, you automatically intermittently fast, and it's probably why you have such a good immune system. And I was like, that actually makes a whole lot of motherfucking sense right there.
That do make sense, because my wife be like, well, shit, how you be staying like you like the same size you've been for forever? And it's like, shit, I don't know. I mean,
same here, yo. I weighed myself at the doctor. I was like, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
And
I don't
and
know
see
who
and
he,
see what and see when I'm on tour, like if I'm out east in New England area, shit, I'll
Dairy
eat
Queen 4 times, 5 times.
I'll eat lobster for every meal. It's crazy.
see, and I don't want my New England people. I don't want my New England people to dislike me for saying this, but you know, I live in the deep South, and we pride ourselves on
Ooh.
food down here.
So you like they weak out there, son.
Yo, the East Coast, with the exception to me, this is just James Lopez, Big Low speaking right now. With the
Right.
exception of pizza on the East Coast, which I do think, like to me, New
Yeah, that
York,
New
New
York pizza
Jersey,
ain't nobody
Connecticut.
fucking with New York pizza.
Yeah, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, that little area right there has the best pizza in the world. But outside of that, like the food on the East Coast is mad mediocre to me. Like super mediocre.
The
Like
Live from the Dead podcast does not support this statement, and
that's why I said this is me. This is me talking. But look, I invite all my New England friends if y'all want to come down to Florida, if y'all want to come to the Gulf Coast and have me cook for y'all, you
man, I
know, pull
can't
out the
front, yo.
grill.
The South food is
It's fire. It is fire.
bro.
It is
It's
fire.
different down there. It's
Like
different down there. I'm
I
telling you.
mean, I love going to New Orleans. I love fucking food in New Orleans.
Uh,
Is amazing.
And that's probably another reason I only eat once a day because there's like 7,000 calories in a fucking meal. So I don't need to eat that much more either.
You like I had one bowl of gumbo in 2 weeks. I'm
good. I'm good. Well, and then it's wild, like the just little dumb shit. Like in Baton Rouge, they brought chicken from a place called a Blue Store, and it's just fried chicken from a convenience store by Southern University. That's like a historic black college right there. It's like, why is this the best fucking fried chicken I've had in my life from a convenience store?
bro. I
It's
keep telling
different
people
eating down here.
that's how Austin was for me. It was like you go to the little. I mean, it's literally the same two ladies that work there 5, sometimes 3 days, depending on what week you catch them. And they got the most fire shit. And I'll be like, yo, and then you go to somewhere, a bunch of people, oh, this is the restaurant in Austin everyone goes to. And I'm like, this shit is trash. I want
This shit is
Lupita's shit. On, you know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah.
block away from me. Sometimes 2 blocks away from me. Depending, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, Austin has
that shit, dude.
Austin has so many fireplaces though. Like
I know.
like when I did
One
South
thing
by
I miss so
Southwest,
bad right now, yo.
like when I did South by Southwest, I think I was there like 4 or 5 days or something. I ate at mad different places all over
Shit.
Austin, and I don't feel like any place was whack. I think they were all amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I've rarely had any bad food in general, you know, down there.
Have y'all been to Antonio? San Antonio is my favorite place. If y'all been to San Antonio,
I haven't been there.
Yeah. San Antonio is dope. I like it.
But see, I like San Antonio has a bigger Mexican population than Austin. And so
for sure.
I like getting the Mexican food and just like the street tacos and the fucking corn and all the other shit. Like in San Antonio is so good.
Okay.
You know.
Word. All right.
So but just eating. I don't know. So like, I feel like, you know, I haven't spent a lot of time on the West Coast, but I feel like the West Coast will probably be even more mediocre than the East Coast food wise.
I don't know Mexican food. It could probably
Not
hold
Mexican
up.
food. I'm just saying, like in general, because you think of like the California people with like their like tofu and their little like, you know, their salads and shit like that.
I don't think it's gonna mess with the South. I mean, I don't see nowhere messing with the South in terms of food, and that's just spicing and flavoring too. You know what I'm saying? It's just done differently.
Lo, have you ever been to any how many times you been in Milwaukee?
Shit. How many times have I been there with you? Like 2 or 3?
So
checking my battery, yo.
You know, there's actually a pretty big size Mexican population in Milwaukee. And and the South Side,
you know what?
I mean,
you put me on it.
Fire.
I ate a truck in Milwaukee that you put me on that was jumping last time I was there. I don't know if it was on the South Side or whatever. You texted me the address and was like, "Yo, if you want tacos or Mexican food, this is the spot to go."
Yeah, it was probably definitely on the South Side because the South Side has so many dope, authentic Mexican spots in Milwaukee. Actually, like other places I've been in the Midwest, they've been whack, but Milwaukee has some fucking some fire spots.
Chicago got the fire Italian food. The best Italian food I've had in America was in Chicago.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the spot, and I think what's his name? Tony is the Patagonia.
Oh
Is
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
he's the
Shout out
one
to
who
Tony.
told me. He's the one who told me about it. But that shit was jumping. A little Italian spot there, and then I know they got like a big Polish community there in Chicago too. So I haven't checked out the Polish food. A lot of times that sucks about touring is that like you're really and this way it's not there's nothing really like super glamorous about it because a lot of times like you're literally like in the city for like 8 hours and that's enough to do
Yep.
your show, sleep for a
Yep.
little bit, and you're driving to the next city, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, and you
There's
get and if you're lucky to know somebody who has good taste, then they hit
Yeah,
you up with a dope spot to eat at or whatever, right?
yeah,
You
we
know what I
had
mean? 'Cause you can know somebody with some shitty taste, and then
you're like, damn man, where did you just bring me? So yeah, nah,
yeah,
and
no, I feel you. Yeah, that is what it kind of is. Hey, but you know what? You know what's crazy? That spot we played in Peoria, that fucking pizza was fire at that spot.
that
I
pizza
like.
was fire in Peoria. That pizza was fire. It took fucking 3 hours to get made, but it was fire.
shit.
Yeah, that was a real good spot.
Yeah, that was really good pizza. Um, yeah, even like I think I had bread. Like I ordered this big ass fucking pizza like an idiot because I was so hungry, and I ordered like breadsticks and shit too. And it's like, man, I ordered way too much fucking food.
Yeah, end up
You
leaving the
know,
behind.
And that's you know what? I did that same shit, and I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking about when I was in Oklahoma City one time. There's this pizza spot out there that does they do specialty pizzas and they name them after like hip hop shit, right? So there's like there's like a Beastie Boys pizza, like a Notorious B.I.G.
Oh,
pizza,
that's
like
dope.
all that shit.
Yeah,
oh
So they
shit,
name
that's
it after
cool.
these, and they're like specialty pizzas. But dog, these motherfucking pizzas are like the slice is like this fucking big,
Damn.
like it's humongous.
I couldn't even see what you did there.
So it's, I mean, I don't know what to compare it to, man. I'm talking about the shit is huge as fuck. It's probably like a, it's
I'm just
probably
letting you know your hands run in front of the camera, motherfucker. That's all I was saying. Like
it's
you
probably
did like this. I don't
yeah.
know.
So
Yeah, maybe.
it's probably between like the 24, 32-inch pizza, like
Oh, shit.
overall, like the shit's
And you,
huge as fuck.
The
and
And
you
I
were
was
by
on tour
yourself.
by myself, and I ordered one
I
to
can
take
admit,
back to the hotel, and I ate 2 slices, and I was like, bro, I can't do no more. Like this
Yeah,
crazy.
we need that Hot 97 button. Congratulations, you played yourself.
I think the two best pizza places in Florida are Mosey's in Panama City is really dope, and Momo's in Tallahassee is really dope. But outside of that, like, and I'll admit this, like Pensacola, we do not have good pizza in Pensacola. Like, I might as well just go get like a frozen pizza or order some shit from Pizza Hut. Like we
Yeah.
do, like there's a couple local spots, and you know what? Fuck them people if they don't like me or not. But like, there's no like really slapping pizza in there. Everybody be like, "Oh, well, Skies is really good." Nah, it's like greasy, fake New York pizza, but
Oh yeah,
it's
imitation
just
shit.
like super greasy, and they put it on thin crust. So they're like, "Oh, hey, it's your New York pizza." Yeah, and I was like, nah, you get that East Coast pizza because of those, you know. And no, it's serious. I watched the water that they use for the dough is what is the magic behind the pizza up there.
I heard that, didn't believe it when I heard it, but you know, it's probably
That's
true.
No,
crazy.
it's yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Huh.
I always got to hear shit twice, and
no,
then
I
That's
mean,
at
I'm
least
not. You don't have to
and
believe
from,
me
and,
either. Like
no, I'm
you,
saying and from a reputable source.
yeah,
No, now you're the reputable source.
shit. Don't give me that much credit, man. It might not be reputable.
I'll be like, yo, Big Low said it.
He obviously
If you
likes
want to
food.
know where we got the info from, it was Big Low that had told us this.
Nah,
Yeah,
but I mean, we got like mad good seafood and like good barbecue and good all that, everything except for we just don't have like a really like a place where I can say, yeah, when you come to Pensacola, if you want a slice of pizza, this is where you need to go. I mean, we got some places that are straight, but it's not like I wouldn't like if you came on tour there and you're like, hey, I want pizza, I'll be like, Maybe
You
you
like,
should
get a
try
fish
this
sandwich,
one.
homie.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Grouper,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. Untortured
That's
grouper,
exactly
baby.
what I did.
That
So
good pyramid grouper, baby. Anyway, sorry.
we're on a big family diet right now, so we're all trying to like eat right in our house. And I just ate like the most mediocre sushi I ever had in my life, and I just had like a roll, like a spicy tuna roll, and like some salad and a miso soup and shit. And man, that shit was so mediocre. I don't even remember the name of the spot. It was right before I got on the thing with you guys. I'm like,
Oh, that's
damn,
too funny.
I hate that. It's like, damn,
Sorry,
I done spent my daily food stipend on some bullshit, and then I know I'm gonna be hungry again.
Oh
Yo,
man.
bad sushi though is very disappointing for me. I love sushi. It's one of my favorite foods.
Me too.
So when I get bad sushi, it's like, man, I just wait. I feel like I wasted my whole day. Why'd I wake up? I should have just woke up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll just fuck
Well, I
around.
should have known this
Damn,
shit was
son.
kind of mediocre when, like, I had like my soup, my salad, my roll, and my vegetable tempura, and like my check was only like $22. I was like,
Shoulda
damn,
knew.
this was really affordable. You know what I'm saying? This was a really affordable experience. And it tasted affordable. The food's kind of trash when it tastes too affordable. It's like,
Yo, that's one of the best food reviews I've ever heard. Yo, I
That's
got it. It
hilarious.
was $22. I was like, this is super affordable, and it tasted affordable.
yeah.
Damn.
You don't ever want to look. If you ever anybody out there in the food business, my man Chris, if you watching, anybody in the food business, you don't want people to be like, yo, that motherfucking food tastes real affordable.
Yeah. It's really affordable, bro.
Yeah,
So-
I will laugh at that shit for like a week. I swear to God.
That's crazy.
So
That's
funny,
crazy.
dude.
I never thought of it that way. That's hilarious because I
That's
feel like
true shit.
I feel like the first time I ever had Chinese on tour, that's what I should have said about it. I should have said, "Oh, it tastes real affordable."
It tastes really affordable.
I'm fucking dying, dog.
Wild shit. You wouldn't think about it. The best General's chicken I ever had on the road was in Phoenix, Arizona. That shit was like, wow.
Yo,
Get the fuck out of here, son.
he's from
Hold
Phoenix.
up.
He grew up in Phoenix. He grew up in Phoenix.
I grew up in Phoenix. Where in the fuck did you have this amazing Chinese food?
Oh no, man. It was a spot.
It's like one spot, baby.
It was, I don't know if it was on the Phoenix side of the city or the side of the city that has the university. What's that called? Tucson?
The east side. Nah, Tempe, Mesa, Scottsdale, that area probably.
Tempe. It might have been in Tempe then.
Okay. Saki?
That stadium is mad cool too. It's like carved out the side of a mountain.
It's the old one. Yeah, that's the old one that the Cardinals used to play, and that's ASU Stadium. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, ASU Stadium. It was over on that. It was like on the Tempe side, and that shit was slapping. It was slapping so much that I went lunch the next day and had like their Szechuan beef. Yeah, in fucking Phoenix, Arizona. And I was like, damn, this shit's really good.
Now, I wish you could remember the name of this because I am so damn curious now. There's a couple places I can think of, but they're super expensive. So I'm like, damn, did he go to that place? Like,
it's crazy. You know what this whole conversation?
No, this place was no.
You know what this conversation's reminded me of is when we talked to Royal Flush about what's the best food in Flushing, and he was like, well, you know what Flushing is. Flushing is all Asian.
Oh, yeah. He didn't want to say it.
Because
I stayed in Flushing before for
you mean like Flushing, Queens?
Yeah.
You mean Queens, right?
Yeah. And that's like all like, lots of Asian spots because it's like, it's predominantly Asian.
I didn't know that. But he was like, trying to not be stereotypical. It was pretty funny. It was like, just say it, bro.
Was it affordable? Was it affordable tasting?
Yeah, I imagine from Flushing, Queens, it was affordable than a motherfucker. I'm just saying, yo. I'm just saying.
Whenever I'm in New York, I always have to get Peking duck. We don't have that down here.
Peking duck is good, yo.
It's
Good
really
shit.
good.
I've
So
never been there.
No,
in New
just
York,
it's a dish.
Yeah.
it's a
Oh, I've
dish.
never had that. I've never had
Peking
it.
duck. Have you ever had duck in general?
I've had duck in Denver. Is the only place
It's
I ever
fire.
had it.
Duck is some
Actually,
good
no,
shit.
that's not even true. I had duck poutine before, and that was actually really good.
Is that like the shit you put on cracking the spread for crackers and shit?
No. So
I don't know what
That's
poutine is.
that's like
Poutine
foie
is like
I thought
gras.
you was
That's
cussing at me, but I ain't know.
poutine is like gravy, cheese curds, fries, and then they can add it's a Canadian dish, but
yeah, it's what they put on the French fries to ruin them.
yeah, it is. That is what it is.
It's what they put on
But I've
the-
had but the duck poutine I had was super fire. It was the best I ever had in my life.
Yo, all right. Just because it's called poutine, I was curious, and I wish I had not have asked. It's exactly what I thought it was. Sounds trash. I'm just saying.
It is. It's terrible. Look,
And any Canadians want to prove me wrong, please do.
nah, they love that shit. So I played shout out to my man Alboris. Like they showed so much love in Toronto, Canada. And like um he was like, yo, so I'm like, what's your like local dish? And he was like poutine. And I'm like, damn, that sounds kind of sexual. I was like, sounds really sexual. He's like, no,
Like,
no,
what
it's
the
like
fuck you just say to me, son?
yeah, poutine. Fuck you talking about? Nah, it was like it's like a gravy they put on the fries, like just how as Danko just described
Yeah.
it. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, fuck it. I like chili on my fries. I like different shit on my fries. I'm adventurous. And then
Right.
man, I'm like, man, you just ruined like a whole basket of French fries. But how you have like food trucks that sell like tacos or fucking burgers or whatever like normal fucking places have. They got fucking food trucks like all over.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
Well,
what's going on? I think did shit just freeze? I think shit just froze for a second.
are we all there?
Yeah, it's doing.
Dope. I think. And then what else I like doing on the road outside of eating? I like stopping at like if I have the chance, like stopping at like little historical spots
Yeah,
or like weird like oddball places. That's my shit right there.
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
always dope.
There's the space on the border of Arizona and New Mexico called Steins, New Mexico, and it's got like it's a ghost town now, but it's where the most train robberies happen during like the Wild West.
I've heard about that. Is that kind of near the White
Shit.
Mountains?
It might be.
Like
It's like
where you're
down.
coming in
It's
kind of
on the
northeast from northeast or northwest New Mexico down, or
yeah. No, it's closer to the border. It's down south.
okay.
And there
Okay,
was
that's different.
what happened was there used to be a big postal depot there, and they used to send like all the fucking money and bricks of gold and all this other shit via the postal service on these trains and all that shit. I mean, even before then, you had the fucking carriages. That's how fucking Wells Fargo got started. Was these fucking carriages, fucking horses pulling all their shit across from the East Coast to the West Coast. But either way, like I'll stop at places like that. I went to the Linwood Cemetery in Colorado. That's where Doc Holliday was buried.
Mm.
And like I'll just stop at all sorts of like people who've meant a lot to me historically, and I'll check that shit out. And that's always been dope to me, And that's one of the
Yeah,
cool
that's
things
dope.
about tour. And I always tell people I'm so grateful for hip hop and for this music shit. Cause honestly, a dumbass kid from Florida like me would have never seen none of that shit if it wasn't for music.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
That's dope.
Exactly. Yeah,
Dope.
definitely love exploring, and that's one of the bonus things about being able to tour.
Sure.
When Billy the Kid's grave, that's up there in northern New Mexico, at Fort Sumter.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it sounds right.
Yeah, Fort Sumter up in northern New Mexico, and it's so dope. So he was like a hero to like both the cattle ranchers and the Native Americans in that area. Because what had happened, the government tried to come in and basically make a monopoly over the cattle industry in that part of the country, and push out all the farmers who've been there for generations and the natives, and fucking Billy the Kid and his little fucking outlaw gang, they were like, fuck that. And they were like fighting against the government and everything. So if you go to
I've
his
heard.
grave,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, if you go to his grave now, you got people leaving like money on his grave, and I guess he was Catholic, so there's like prayer candles around, and you see people left like bottles of whiskey and different, but like he's like revered there by the locals.
Yeah, I've heard stories about how it wasn't. They romanticized this train robbery and the robbery and the outlaw thing, but a lot of those dudes weren't outlaws. They were outlaw. They were going against the government, so they were looked at as outlaws. You see what I mean? Like they weren't committing crimes. They were doing shit the government didn't want them to do, like help Native Americans, things like that. More so, you know what I mean? The story's told fucked up. I've heard that, but and I've heard black and white and black cowboys and them kind of make commingle too. Go ahead.
Man, and that's another thing too. Yeah, there's a lot of like a lot of the black population that was able to get out of the South and stuff like that, and escape slavery. Like they were embraced out there. Like there wasn't racism like there was
as much
down here. And then you'll notice like one of the things that sucks about the South is like, yeah, there's still a lot of like racism, and there's still like sundown towns and shit like that. But then one of the things you notice like in some of the bigger cities is they're like super gentrified and racist in their own way, and they try to act like, oh, we're not racist. So I was like there and like basically price them out of their own just because you talk nice. You know what I'm saying?
You cut out there for a second for me.
So, it's funny, like with like the gentrification and some of like in the bigger cities, you'll see like, families get priced out of their homes and shit like that.
Oh yeah. Gentrification, for real gentrification, right?
Yeah, but they're like, they're not racist because they talk nice. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that.
Well, there's different levels of racism, right? There's person to person racism, prejudice, person to person. But then there's a town that might have an overall presence, and then there's infrastructure of corporate racism. If so, once it becomes a city, it's just a racist city because that's been the tradition through the city and the business acumen and all those things. So it's just going to stay that way. You're gonna have people over here. You're gonna have people over here. They're like cities segregate themselves.
Yeah.
And business infrastructure runs cities, so that's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless it actually gets changed, you know what I mean?
And I think also, and this has nothing to do with racism, but I think that culturally people tend to like flock to their own people a lot too. And a lot of times it can't necessarily be called racism. Like, this whole Asian community lives together because they all speak the same language, they eat the same food, have the same customs.
It only becomes racism when you say other people can't join you.
Right?
There's plenty of Asian communities, but it's when us three moved there and they're like, nah, we don't want none of y'all here.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, well then y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's like it's a weird. There's different kinds of. And some shit people call racism just isn't racism. You might not like it. They might be treating people fucked up, but that don't mean it's racism. You know what I'm saying? Like it's such a weird fucking dynamic with all that. You know what I'm saying? But
what's weird to me, and this goes back to like the whole like Trump thing. If DeSantis, our guy
wait. We didn't bring up Trump.
No, I did.
I just fucking with you.
Oh, I brought him up.
I know, but you said back to Trump. I was like, wait, we never talked about.
No,
Trump.
I brought him up at the beginning of the beginning of the episode when we were talking about school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I never heard that. My bad. Okay, my bad.
No, because I was warning people that this country was going down more of a fascist, like right wing authoritarian type of.
No, I got you. You. I do remember that now. Okay.
What's fucked up is that when we was young, like Nazis would get beat up and all the racist people kind of stayed in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he emboldened them motherfuckers to come out and he like normalized that shit. But what's even more fucked up is that somebody like DeSantis from Florida gets elected. His policies are way
That's even
worse than
worse.
Trump.
It's worse than just being a loudmouth.
Yeah, it's way worse.
Yeah,
I mean, right now we're dealing with in our state, we're dealing with them banning books from school. They just took away a lot of the education stuff with the education dealing with slavery and everything.
Yo, y'all might
else.
not hear it, but the rest of the country is pretty outraged. But I hear it all the time. Like, yo, what the fuck are they doing in Florida, yo? Like, I'm not laughing at it uncomfortably, but like, trust me, everybody's hearing about this shit. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
And I'm terrible because I don't keep up with the news the way that I used to.
Yeah, I purposely don't.
Well, yeah, I keep up with sports and I work. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a couple friends. One of my good friends, Jamal Steele, Jamil, he runs Black Voters Matter in Florida, and like they're fighting against like the gerrymandering of like voting districts, and they working on making sure that all the inmates, once you get released and you're back in society, you get your rights restored to vote and all those matters. And he does wonderful work, but he's the one who keeps me up. He has to like, yo, Lo, so this XYZ is happening. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for people like him and like my wife, she stays into the news stuff, I wouldn't even know what the fuck's going on. But I can tell you the fucking line on fucking Iona versus Wright State. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm actually predicting that Oral Roberts is going to upset Duke. By the way, I'm just throw that out there right now. Not a big upset, 12-5, but whatever. No, but the funny thing is I don't pay attention to politics on purpose, and I only find out shit through podcasts, and then I'll be like, all right, let me go check this out, or
And I like doing the long form, like you said, like the podcast. I like the long form documentaries. Flint still doesn't have clean water, and neither does Jackson, Mississippi, and people just have normalized it. Like, all right, fuck it. I guess that's just going to be a thing now. They don't have clean water there. Like, dude, we're supposed to be like the most wealthiest nation in the world. How the fuck people live? And where it's worse is if you look at like the Native Americans, the reservations, first of all, they've already been kicked off their fucking lands.
They've had fucked up water for 30, 40 years, and no one's giving a fuck.
And then you get people
frankly.
You get the Elon Musk, like he'll put the fucking Starlink over fucking Ukraine, which is fine, I guess, whatever. But like they still don't have fucking like Wi-Fi service on the reservation. Like
Here
in this country.
The irony though is even though he's doing that, there's still people living in windowless cabins. I just read that today in the Ukraine on battlefield in places that have been, battles have happened.
Yeah.
The fuck is a windowless cabin?
I mean,
like that's how people are living. So it's like, who gives a fuck if they have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I'm trying to feed my baby, motherfucker. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah,
it's been a very politically charged episode, by the way.
It is.
I think we've touched on all bases.
We fucking hit all of life in this motherfucker.
We definitely did.
I love it, though.
This
it's good shit, though.
Dope,
it's good,
man. And look, I appreciate y'all reaching out. This has been dope, and it's been good.
We appreciate you doing on short notice, bro.
Yeah, it's man, this has been, I guess that's kind of life after COVID. Everything's been fluid. And I say after COVID, I mean COVID still exists. Matter of fact, I just had that shit like a month ago. And what's weird about mine, I wouldn't even known I had it. Because I didn't have any respiratory shit. I thought I had norovirus because I'm handling food all the time. So I had like a 48-hour stomach bug. And I was like, all right, bet. And then like my sister-in-law and that side of the family, they got all this respiratory shit. So they made everybody in the fucking house test for that shit. And man, that second red stripe came up so fast on my shit like I was pregnant or something. I was like, damn, bro.
Well, Biglow is due in May. No, play.
Yeah, And I was like, damn, bro, and I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even have runny nose or nothing. I had like a 48-hour stomach bug, but I was I made it all fucking 3 years, tried to follow the guidelines, got vaccinated, did everything they told me to do, and this is what I get it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I had it once. I haven't had it since. That was a couple years ago now. Sure.
What's crazy about that shit is how it affects people differently too. Like my homegirl Danny, she's dealing with like long COVID. Like
Yeah.
look, they're miserable. There's people who still can't, like, they're still having body aches. They're super fatigued most of the time, breathing issues, trouble walking, all that kind of stuff. So it's real, but it's also, we've normalized it, just like we've normalized
That's
school
scary.
shootings.
Yeah, we were just
normalized.
talking about the school shooting being normalized
Yep.
on we have this movie podcast. I don't know if you got a chance to pick apart the flick, everyone. By the way,
Oh, I like that.
but we
I like
yeah
movies.
that's so yeah, we do this thing where we just talk about movies and shit. We pick a couple movies and we talk about higher learning and how that movie couldn't even be made because of the school shooting to end it. You know, 4 years before Columbine, and that was we thought. I mean, we both thought that was wild. I still have thought about that since. Like, that's some wild shit. How entertainment just. All right, well, depending on what happens in life, yeah, you can entertain us with this over here, but not this over here. Like, it's a wild thing, man.
It's
It's a
weird to
really
me, and I always mention this. How come, like, you can make like all these gangster films with like Robert De Niro and whoever, but then gangster rap is the one who gets the bad rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you know, and it's like, damn, that's kind of
Real
fucked
shit.
up. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we know the answer to that question, but I mean,
we talked about it a little bit ago.
Yeah.
It's one of them forms of racism.
Yeah, like
It's one of the forms of racism. It's like, damn,
you know
how
what
come
I'm
that
saying?
doesn't get criticized the same way?
Yeah, like you said, we touched on everything on this episode, man.
Yo, hey,
for real, we went full circle on it. That's crazy.
I like it, man. I like it.
Yo,
but yeah, we got an hour and a half in. Let's go ahead and wrap it, man. So
yeah,
you know
I'm sorry.
No, it's
this has
great.
been dope.
This is what we
been
want, bro.
super
This is what we
dope.
want.
Super dope.
Yeah.
I'm in fucking Lake Jackson in East Texas by myself. I'm lonely. I could talk to y'all for like the next 7 hours. Don't leave me. No,
So where you headed next, so people know, man? You know what I'm saying? Because this is live. So
I got San Antonio, San Marcos, Austin for South by, Dallas, and then El Paso. I have a day off, and then I'm in El Paso, and then I'm in. I'm waiting on the confirmation for Phoenix, but then I'm in Flagstaff, and then I'm in Denver, Colorado, and then I wrap it up in Madrid, New Mexico. Then I'm done. And then I go
have
home.
fun on your way from Flagstaff to Denver. Have fun when you get to the bottom of Denver, Raton Pass. If you ever been through there, it's always fun during this time period of the year. So have fun with that. Yeah, it's a bit. It's one of them. I don't know if you've been through that area, but it's one of them places where you like see semis pulled over because they can't go no more in sand traps and shit.
Yeah,
it's fun.
What's crazy, I'll let y'all go. One of my craziest experience ever touring was in the fall a few years ago. I did Denver, and I played in Salt Lake the night before, and I went through the Continental Divide during their first fucking winter storm. And I'm driving, and I'm just
That's
like,
not
I'm
even
just
funny,
praying,
bro.
like, and I'm from Florida.
You can die. You can die on that shit.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't even like snow. I don't even like that shit to drop below 70, period. Anyways, like,
shit.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, Danko, you see me bitch about the fucking temperature all the time. Like,
every time Big Low hits Wisconsin, it snows. Even in April. Even in April, at the end of April, it snowed. Yeah. I think you even came in May and it snowed.
Oh man, son. That's crazy.
And I'm like, man, what is this shit? It's almost like God and it's got this like sick joke for me.
Well, we definitely gonna need you to wait till like June to come through this motherfucker.
So
actually, fall it don't really snow like until like
not like that. Hit a little bit.
We didn't even have like where I'm at. We usually have a winter. And, we'll get like a month or two of like freezing temperatures. We didn't have over a whole week of days that dropped below 30 this year.
That's weird, man. Shit's been weird weather-wise up and down.
Definitely weird. Yeah.
But yo, we've had you on Pick Apart the Passion. We had you on Pick Apart the Passion before, right? When was that?
Nope.
Right? No, he wasn't on that one. No,
Oh.
he wasn't on that.
We've never had him on. We've never had you on the podcast?
No.
No, this is the first one, man.
This is the first one.
I thought we had talked before on the podcast. Damn, that's crazy.
Nope.
No,
Maybe
I know me and you talked sports for like an hour and a half when I was in Madison last time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. And outside of that,
yeah. All right, word.
you know.
I thought you had. I was gonna
But
say,
yeah, that's
yeah.
what makes this super dope that we finally had you on the podcast and we
Yeah,
talked
I
we
Appreciate
thought
talked
you
a whole
guys.
bunch of concepts, whole bunch of topics, and it's been dope. And you're on tour and you got more places to go. And we found out that Big Low, that chapter's done, but Big Low is not done making music. So y'all will catch him doing
Yeah,
more things in the future. So
look, San Antonio, Austin, look for dates.
yeah. I appreciate you guys. Peace.
It's been
Y'all
all
be
right,
good.
man.
it's been live from the Den podcast. Peace, y'all. Thanks.
Peace,
All
man.
right. How do I hang this up?
I just
The
hit the
same,
end. I hit the
yeah,
end.
the end button thing.
All right, y'all be
Leave. It says
good.
leave. All right. All
All
right,
right,
y'all.
man. Peace.
Peace.